Astrological forecast for November 2025 for representatives of the sign of Leo. November 2025 for you is a time that is emotionally active, with a large range of moods. On one hand, you will experience enthusiasm, impatience, a desire to do something sooner than both you yourselves and the necessary attributes for it are truly ready. On the other hand, here there will be a restraining factor of understanding that after all one should not rush events, that one needs to trust signs from the side of space, that one should not get irritated when some delays, obstacles arise, but to think why this is happening, to think what the world is hinting at, what this pause is needed for. Perhaps it is truly worth thinking once more about everything and preparing more thoroughly. Many roads before you in this month will be open. However, there will also be those which will be closed, and along them, one should not try to chase a red traffic light. One needs to pay attention to them, understanding that these delays or small obstacles, that they are needed by you, and by no means are merely a test of your patience and a trial of your nervous system. Many astrological events of November will be affecting the fourth astro field of your horoscope. This is the sector that symbolizes our home, our place of residence, family matters, and in general that part of our life which is personal, not publicized, hidden from society. Therefore, questions that concern everyday life, intra-family relationships, place of residence, matters connected with real estate, with repairs, large or small, all these themes will continue to be very relevant for you, still starting from October 2025. And in November, these questions, their developments and resolutions will continue. And considering the retrograde Mercury of November, here many questions may be resolved repeatedly, or you may change your opinion, your decision, your position on some questions, which again concern intrafamily relationships and matters, processes that are connected with your place of residence. You may repeatedly discuss some intrafamily themes, questions that were already discussed at the beginning or in the middle of October 2025. At times, throughout November, it may seem to you that you are not so strongly capable now of influencing circumstances and forming them. As often happens, that rather the circumstances forming around you exert an influence on you. And now this is correct. The world forms events around you that help you understand something important or events that can help you let go of some fears, worries, or help you become convinced that you were right until some person influenced your opinion. Let us discuss in more detail the most important astrological events of the month and their influence on your sign step by step. On November 2, the planet Venus will be in a tense aspect, in a square in relation to the planet Jupiter, which will be affecting your 3rd and 12th astro field. On this day, a not very pleasant conversation is possible. A conversation on such a theme, about which one would prefer not to speak. Here there may be a necessity to tell the truth where one would prefer to conceal it. Here there may be a reminder of some debt, promise, obligation. Or on this day, you may unexpectedly remember that you forgot something important. On November 4, in the starry sky, the most tense astrological aspect of this month is served. This is an aspect of opposition between Mars and the planet Uranus. Mars is strength, it is action, it is energy. And Uranus is the planet of everything unexpected, unusual, sudden. Therefore, I would advise for this day, November 4, not to plan anything important, especially such that is connected one way or another with risk. It is better on this day to avoid places of crowds of people, to avoid actions that are performed impulsively. On this day, it is better not to joke with electricity and electrical appliances, since Uranus, among other things, symbolizes electricity and the internet. Here there can be disruptions in the work of household appliances, in the work of habitual items for you. At the same time, the planet Mars will be in an excellent aspect in relation to your sign. And this shows that this day for you it is such a breakthrough. That is, on this day one can and should engage in what is called self-presentation, present one's ideas at work, in some of one's hobbies. This is a very good day for introducing some new habits, for trying to do something in a new way, to look at something, situation, at relationships, to look as if from a different angle. But in general, this day, it can bring surprises and unforeseen disruptions in your schedule. But for presenting your ideas in work, creativity, hobbies, your passions, For this, it is a very suitable period. On November 5, a full moon occurs in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house of the horoscope. The full moon is completion, culmination, clarity, results. And the 10th house is the highest house of our horoscope. It's zenith. This is the sector that symbolizes our position on the social and career ladder, symbolizes our authority, our position in work and in social life including. Therefore, this day will bring you the resolution of some truly significant question for you. This can be connected with work, career, receiving some documents. This can also be the resolution of questions that are connected with your real estate, with the processing of documents. Also, this day can bring you the completion of some duty, some authority that you possessed. And this will be felt by you as a liberation from the necessity to deal with this question. Also, on this day and plus minus several days, you can visit some state bodies, instances, services for resolving your questions. Here also a meeting with an important person for you, or an important conversation with your boss, manager, or with a representative of controlling instances can take place. On November 6, the planet Venus transitions into the space of the sign Scorpio into your 4th house of the horoscope and will be located here until the end of the month, until November 30. Venus symbolizes what we like, what we love, what is pleasant for us, tasty, what we consider beautiful. And the 4th house is the sector that symbolizes our home, our place of residence and intra-family relationships, symbolizes the situation in our home. Venus, it brings improvement into that sector through which it transits. Therefore, this time from November 6 to November 30 is a period when you will want to decorate your home. You can also resolve some financial questions connected with real estate or intra-family relationships. You will want to spend time at home, engage in decorating your home space, cook more often, tidy up. Also, this is a time when you can make some pleasant and cozy purchases for the home or receive income from your real estate. However, the sign of Scorpio itself, through which Venus will be transiting, this sign, it shows the necessity to return inner purity, but not by smooth paths, but through conflict, through tension. Therefore, this can manifest in such a way that relationships within the family, they will improve, they will get better, but first some conflict or some conversation will occur, which puts many things in their place. On November 8, revolutionary extravagant Uranus briefly until April 26, 2026, returns into your 10th astro field. Uranus, it carries unexpected events, it carries changes. Uranus for a long time, since 2018, was located in your 10th astro field. Therefore, probably, you are already accustomed to the influence of Uranus, and now it returns into this sector with a concluding visit. Therefore, those of you who during this time, so to speak, did not receive a portion of changes, now you can change a lot. Uranus will help you free yourself from that which is no longer a part of your future. That is, Uranus returns into your 10th astro field so that you can, figuratively speaking, additionally obtain a portion of changes of your status. The planet Mercury, which symbolizes communication, contacts, thinking, and also trips, documents. Mercury will be retrograde in the period from November 9 to November 29. And this time gives you rethinking or repeated situations, which can be connected with the theme of children, personal life, or your self-expression. This is a time when you will ponder how much you allow yourselves to be individuals, or whether you are accustomed, so to speak, to comb yourselves, and indeed your children, with the same comb. Do you truly try to manifest your individuality, or do you direct some efforts in order to be like everyone else or better than someone, or not worse than someone? Here this is truly important. That is, this is a time when you will ponder how much you allow yourselves to be individuals, yourselves and not only yourselves, but also your children. Also, this time can return former partners into your life, or they can somehow make themselves known. Your creative passions can return. That is, you can again engage in what you once liked, that which was your hobby, passion. Also, this is a time when we more often than usual like to rewatch films that we have seen or reread books. On November 12, a conjunction of retrograde Mercury and the planet Mars occurs in your 5th house of the horoscope. Mercury is thoughts, words, decisions, trips, and Mars is energy, the energy of actions. Therefore, on this day you can make a decision or make some choice, to the realization of which you will proceed a little later, approximately from the middle of January 2026. And this can be connected with the theme of children, personal life, some trip, creative passion, or your place of work. And on this same day, November 12, the planet Jupiter, the most generous planet of the solar system, turns into retrograde motion, which will last until March 11, 2026. Retrograde Jupiter, it gives repeated opportunities. It gives us an opportunity to use those chances that we had, but for some reasons we missed them or did not bring this matter to a result. Now, in this period, you may have a feeling that it is difficult to influence circumstances, that not you exert an influence on the formation of some plots, but these plots, exert an influence on you. Now your external activity may be reduced, somewhat reduced. Retrograde Jupiter in the 12th house. It places before you a global and, in reality, complex task, although it may not seem so at first glance. The task to understand what I truly want. In more detail about the essence and meaning of this retrograde motion of Jupiter, about this, I will make a separate video. On November 19, in the starry sky, the second tense aspect of this month will form. This is a position between the planet Mercury and the planet Uranus, and this will be affecting your 4th and 10th houses of the horoscope. This day is tense and conflictual. Much can go not according to schedule, not according to timetable. There can be disruptions. Disruptions that can concern questions of your work, your employment, matters that concern documents or intra-family tasks. For this day, it is better not to plan the resolution of any important questions and to try not to provoke any conflicts, since the mood on this day for many can be very wound up. Here there can be disruptions in the work of household appliances. And on this day in general, it is worth directing efforts towards maintaining calm and not hurrying anywhere. On November 20, a new moon occurs in the sign of Scorpio in your 4th house of the horoscope. The new moon is the birth of new energy, and the 4th house is the sector that symbolizes our home, our place of residence, and intra-family matters. Therefore, for some, this will play out as some news, new opportunities, connected with members of your family. For some, this can be a move, repairs, large or small, some purchases for your home, or the resolution of a question connected with renting housing or work premises. Someone in this period may resolve questions connected with payments for your real estate. That is, this new moon, it one way or another gives some new plots that are connected with the theme of home, place of residence, and intra-family matters. On November 21, the planet Mercury will be in conjunction with the black moon, again in your 4th house of the horoscope, the sector of home, family, and real estate. Mercury is thoughts, words, it is documents, calculations. And the black moon, it brings illusions, it distorts much. Therefore, on this day, we are inclined to extremes. Either we too strongly aggravate some intra-family situation, or too strongly worry, are anxious about someone from our relatives, or, on the contrary, the other extreme, when we ignore the needs of our home and our family. Also, on this day there can be meetings or communications with people who are commonly called toxic. For this day, it is better not to plan any intra-family conversations, since conversations can reach a dead end, and you will misunderstand each other, and also avoid any actions that are connected with the acquisition, sale of real estate, or renting out. On November 24, in the starry sky, a very interesting astrological aspect will form. The planet Mars, the planet of energy, strength, actions. Mars will be in tense aspects in relation to the karmic lunar nodes. This gives a sensation of a fork in the road, since Mars is the energy of our actions. Mars will be located between the past and the future. Such an aspect, it happens approximately once a year, but precisely such as now, affecting precisely these zodiac signs. Such an aspect the last time was on January 2, 2007. This is a day when you, in essence, choose your further strategy. Will you act or be inactive and wait? And this can concern financial themes. Financial and property themes in your life. On November 25, the planet Mercury will be in conjunction with the planet Venus in your 4th house of the horoscope. This is a very favorable aspect. It shows that any questions, even tense intra-family questions, will be resolved easily. It will be possible to reach an agreement. Also, On this day, it will be easier to resolve a question that may concern repairs, purchases for the home, or some payments connected with your real estate. This is such a pleasant day, when we can truly find reasonable and mutually acceptable compromises. On November 28, the planet Venus will be in conjunction with the Black Moon, again in your 4th house of the horoscope, the sector that symbolizes home, family, and real estate. And here the manifestation of Venus will be distorted. We either too strongly become fixated on some theme, task, connected with home, family, or, on the contrary, ignore these questions and try to distance ourselves from them. On this day, we can experience irritation in relation to people close to us. Also, throughout this day, it is better to avoid any purchases for the home, since we may buy beautiful but useless things or such things that, possibly, are beautiful but too bright and eye-catching. Also, on this day, caution is needed in questions that concern finances and financial mutual settlements. On November 30, the planet Venus transitions into the space of the sign Sagittarius, into your 5th house of the horoscope, and will be located in an aspect of luck in relation to your sign. Therefore, for you begins a period, so to speak, of generosity of the heart, when one wants to love, when one wants to bestow upon people close to you one's love, care, and attention. This is a time when ideas can come to you, which, so to speak, inspire to a feat. This is a time of passion for something or someone. This is a very good period for flirting, acquaintances, dates. Also, this is a time when your children may please you with something. Also, here there can be a meeting with a woman who lives far away. And in general, the period of Venus's transit through your 5th house of the horoscope is a time of awakening a passion for life, a passion and zeal for life in a good sense of this word. That is how, from the point of view of astrology, November 2025 will be. And I wish you a wonderful, successful month, dear Leos.